Welcome, everyone, to A Call for Judgment. This story I have been meaning to cover, and I've been trying to get this clip up, which I'll show you in its entirety. Obviously, a lot of clips, when you upload them here, get copyrights, so you have to kind of work around the coloring and the audio, et cetera, which I've finally gotten finished to be allowed to upload because of the copyright. So I'm going to play it for you, but I'm going to talk about this first because this is really important. All goes together. I'll show you what this guy's talking about in a second. iPhone killer. New AI wearable Humane hopes to make smartphones obsolete. Former Apple employee, who I'll show you, shows off screenless, seamless, and sensing AI wearable that projects information onto the palm of the user's hand. Okay? This is getting closer to the mark of the beast type of technology, right? This is getting closer as we hear about in Daniel, right? In Daniel chapter 2, verse 43. And you saw the iron mixed with clay, so the peoples will mix with one another, but will not hold together any more than iron mixes with clay. We are going to continue to see technology get to the point where it gets inside your body. The purpose of this, why is this going on? Well, this type of technology here, wearables, is just one step closer to it being in you. I talked about the iPhone lenses, right? The iPhone lenses, the iWatch, phones just continually getting smaller, moving closer to being underneath your skin, inside your body. This is, I didn't think you could get much closer, but now it's projecting onto your palm, right? Talk about mark of the beast. I mean, literally, they're desensitizing and preparing people for it with stuff like this. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 through 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So they're literally showing you at a TED Talk, which is everything at TED Talk is clearly everything they're promoting has to do with Satan and the mark of the beast, the type of technology they're getting people prepared for, and the type of ideologies, of course. That's all the stuff with the genders and all that. That's been promoted there over the last decade. And they promote TED Talk. They're like, TED Talk's great. Well, TED Talk is there to desensitize and prepare people. And they just say, oh, this guy's from Apple. This is great. And I'll show you that again in a minute. But literally showing you this projected on their hand. Now, you might remember I covered this about dozens of times, and I'll cover it right now again. Talking about how the phone is going to end up in your body. Well, this is the one step closer before we get to 2030. This type of tech where it's wearable on your shirt, which you'll see in a second, where the guy is literally talking to his wife. But this is the CEO of Nokia talking about how it's going to be in us by 2030.
You'll have such a good digital twin that you'll be able to go into the metaverse, into a virtual reality world, turn a dial, pull a switch, feel around, and actually change it in the real plant?
Absolutely. And this is not far off. I mean, the physical and the digital worlds, they will grow together, and the result is exactly what you just said.
I wanted to ask when you all think we're going to move from this form factor to something that's on your face, glasses, and when computing's all on the edge.
All right, 50 seconds. Who wants to answer quickly?
I think it will go. It will. First of all, it will definitely happen. I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
So we're getting closer, right? So what is the point of this? I'm not saying that this is obviously the mark, but literally they're getting you prepared even by showing it to you on the guy's hand, right? And TED Talk previews a new artificial intelligence powered wearable called Humane has just been released. Developed by former employees of Apple, the new piece of tech is widely being advertised as something that could make smartphones like the iPhone more or less redundant. The former Apple employees developed Humane with a future that is even more intelligent and even more personable, according to the company's website. Humane aims to displace cell phone screens with a voice-activated assistant that projects everything from calls to text onto the user's hands. The projector promises to solve several issues with modern tech, including the need to constantly check cell phones, the physical limitations of touch screens, and limited accessibility. So the guy goes on to say, what do we do with all these incredible AI developments? And how do we harness these to make our life better genuinely, right? And again, I've talked about it over the years. For those of you that are new, I'm sure most of you are longtime people who have listened. Not that, I mean, wink, wink, I am a new YouTuber. I've talked about the ways that they'll market the mark. Because people are just like, oh, they're going to go they're going to market it. They market this stuff. They brainwash you into taking it. And one of the ways is going to be not just how it's easier, right? Not that oh, the wallet's bulky, right? There's small ways that they do it where you're like, no, that's not going to make someone take the mark, right? Like, oh, you don't need a bulky wallet anymore. You don't need cash anymore. Then they start going into like, oh, you can't have your identity stolen. You can't get robbed. Your money won't get drained out of your bank account. And you start going, oh, okay. Then you start getting into the other side of it where they're like, well, and it's easier and it's less, you don't have to charge your phone anymore. Okay, yeah, but I don't know. And then they start getting into the health side, which I'll play again in a minute here. You'll hear this entire speech from the guy. They start talking about your health and how having this type of technology inside your body will help monitor your health at all times, right? Oh, it'll monitor your heart rate at all times. And that's part of why the iFit and all this other technology has been promoted over the years. And yes, I mean, people get it and they're like, oh, I'm going to get it because I'm going to, I'm overweight and I want to manage my steps or my calories. I want to be healthy. Well, everybody wants to be healthy and feel good, right? But that's not what they create it for, because they don't want you to be healthy and feel good. They know that they need to promote it that type of way, get people, into and obsessed with tracking their every move, tracking their heart rate, tracking their health on their arm and their watch. And so, it'll be in you and you could track it. So now you won't have a sudden stroke. Now we can monitor if you have the 1/9er in your body, because we have this type of tech in your body, and it'll just alert you if something's wrong and we could save you. I mean, this is where everything is headed towards. And it's going to be a mind control operation to get people to take the mark, because they're going to tell you that, oh, you could live longer, right? And eventually, oh, you could live forever. And people won't realize what that really means, right? In Revelation chapter 9, verse 6. In those days, men will seek death and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will escape them, right? Because mixing iron and clay, again, technology and humans inside your body, mixing it through your DNA, which I can't talk about that letter. You take out D and put an R and an M in front of it. That's on the website, stuff like that I'm talking about, and how there's more and more of these coming out because they need to get it in you. There's a need for it on their behalf, not on ours. But they'll tell you that there's a need for you to have it because it's mind control. They'll tell you that you need this, that this will benefit your health, that you will live longer, you will feel better, you won't have depression, you won't have mental health problems. Oh, but what? And beat it into your head until people start taking and accepting it. And eventually they'll go, oh, you got to give up your phone, just like they do now, right? A couple years ago, they made you give up your flip phone, which is really depressing for me. But, you're going to deactivate the flip phones. You can't have one. Oh, but we'll give you a free upgrade to a 5G phone, right? Well, of course, because they want you to be on 5G, right? But it's going to eventually be where, hey, if you're not, in 2030, they're not going to be like, you have to give up your phone yet. But by 2035, 2040, if we're still here, of course, I know many of you don't believe we will be. It'd be great if we're not. But let's just say hypothetically we are. By 2040, it'll be, hey, give up your phone or have no phone. And a lot of people are like, oh, I have to have my phone. In reality, we should all be living like the Amish because phones are just completely pointless. But technology's gotten all of us in a sense, right? I'm on a computer here talking to you on the internet. So, but anyway, they'll tell people, hey, you got to give it up or you got to get it. And people will be like, well, I've seen for 10 years people have gotten it. Nothing's happened to them. And I know friends that have it and they feel great. Oh, and then they all start just falling into line, desensitize them. So let's take a look. I know I said earlier I'd show you in a minute. Sorry, I was ranting about it, but I wanted to just show you and tell you some of the stuff that you need to look for in this guy's speech. They talk about the evolution of technology, right? And the evolution of, and they show the guy's wife calling and he's looking on his phone, on his hand. That looks even more annoying to me than a cell phone. Looking at your hand, you got to wear this pin on your coat or whatever. But again, this is just getting it closer and closer. How much closer could it be before it gets inside your body? I thought the eye lens was as close. I guess this is just, in the same line, right? I would say, I guess they're 1A, 1B. It's the same thing for the most part. But look at them desensitizing people and then, of course, promoting it as cool. And the audience applauds. Of course they do, because they're a bunch of zombie puppets, just like when I showed you the stuff about the quantum computers and the guy's like, hey, they're like little demons, and they can wipe out the entire human race and everybody applauds. It's like, You want to talk about hive mind? Is anything in their heads other than cobwebs? I guess they're just under possession. But anyway, here's the clip. It's about 10 minutes long, so take a look. Make sure you share this video. People need to know about where we're headed with technology. And again, eventually this will be in your body.
I spent 22 incredible years at Apple, helping to design experiences and devices ranging from the Mac to the iPhone and to the Apple Watch. And as the power of compute increased, the size of our computers or our devices decreased. The desktop paved the way for extraordinary interconnectedness, but it was stuck to your desk. The laptop provided portability, but you still had to be sitting down to use it. And the smartphone evolved us into the modern connected humans we are, providing millions the ability to access the internet from our pockets. And the smartwatch was a window to that phone, a companion device with a whole host of health insights, all shrunk down to your wrist. But what comes next? Some believe AR/VR glasses like these are the answer, but they merely move the screens we already have in our lives today to being just millimeters away from our eyeballs. A further barrier between you and the world. And the future is not on your face. In fact, in 2017, the legendary tech journalist Walt Mossberg wrote in his final column that he felt that soon, one day, technology would become invisible, and that the computer would disappear. And we agree. Sorry, this is my wife. I'm gonna have to get this. Hello?
Hey, babe.
Hey, Bethany. How's it going?
Good, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm on the red circle right now, actually.
Oh, great. Good luck, and don't forget to mention me.
I won't, babe. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. It's gonna get different in a minute. So my wife, Bethany, and our entire company at Humane have been working to answer the question of what comes next. And you may ask yourself, why? Why would anybody do this? It's because we love building technology that genuinely makes people's lives better. And we believed that artificial intelligence, or AI, would be the driving force behind the next leap in device design. And there is an incredible amount of stuff that's happening in this space. Huge advancements. And even Bill Gates has said of OpenAI's GPT that it's only the second most revolutionary technology demonstration that he's seen in his entire lifetime. But what do we do with all these incredible developments? And how do we actually harness these to genuinely make our life better? If we get this right, AI will unlock a world of possibility for all of us. And today, I want to share with you what we think is a solution to that end. And it's the first time we're doing so openly. It's a new kind of wearable device and platform that's built entirely from the ground up for artificial intelligence. And it's completely standalone. You don't need a smartphone or any other device to pair with it. In fact, I'm wearing one right now. And it interacts with the world the way you interact with the world, hearing what you hear, seeing what you see. while being privacy first and safe, and completely fading into the background of your life. We like to say that the experience is screenless, seamless, and sensing, allowing you to access the power of compute while remaining present in your surroundings, fixing a balance that's felt out of place for some time now. And I can't wait to share more details about what we've built, and I will in the next few months. But today I want to talk to you about what it unlocks and what it means to be able to take AI with you everywhere, and what happens when technology increasingly disappears. Technology becoming invisible affords us new opportunities of how we interact with compute. We've become so accustomed to tapping on an app or moving a cursor with a mouse that it feels second nature. But that's by design. When I was working on the iPhone, I used to test interactions like slide to unlock with my infant daughter. She was the best possible focus group. She's 16 now, and she's got a lot more ideas than she did back then. This also, by the way, is the only non-AI generated image that you'll see from me today. And as I look at it now, I see more than ever why a future driven by AI is far better than a future that would involve more screens. Like this. He's cute though. But for the human-technology relationship to actually evolve beyond screens, we need something radically different. Let me show you. Where can I find a gift for my wife before I have to leave tomorrow?
Granville Island is a lively shopping district.
That's an incredibly simple response for a very complex query. How often do we find ourselves in a new city, wrestling with our phones, trying not to bump into people, trying to figure out where we're going and where we're supposed to be? It's even harder when we don't speak the language, right? Let me show you something. Invisible devices should feel so natural to use that you almost forget about their existence.
Les appareils invisibles devraient sembler si naturels à utiliser. Vous oubliez presque leur existence.
You'll note that's me and my voice speaking fluent French, using an AI speech model that's part of my own AI. This is not a deep fake. In fact, it's deeply profound. This is my AI giving me the ability to speak any language, and you having a chance to hear me speak that language in my own emotion and my own voice. Thank you. This is moving away from the experiments that make us all concerned about the direction compute is going in, but it's instead using technology to create real, responsible compute products that are in service to us and built on trust. This is good AI in action. And we spent thousands of hours reimagining and redesigning new types of compute interactions, ranging from complex voice commands to intricate hand gestures, all in service of trying to find more natural ways to interact with compute. Why fumble for your phone when you can just hold an object and ask questions about it? The result almost feels like the entire world becomes your operating system. And when compute disappears, it allows us to get back to what really matters. a new ability to be present. Like riding a bicycle in the park and just ripping through emails, or going to a concert without having to hold up your phone to capture it, or experiencing your toddler's first steps without a screen between you and your child. In the future, technology will be both ambient and contextual. And this means harnessing AI to really understand you and your surroundings in order to achieve the best results. Imagine this. You've been in meetings all day and you just want a summary of what you've missed. Catch me up.
Patrick is coming to tomorrow's design meeting. Bethany wants to move next week's dinner, and Oliver is asking about soccer this weekend.
These are emails, calendar invites, and messages all surfaced up to the top. You can use these to help guide your decision making, manage your workload, and sculpt tailored responses in your own voice and in the context of your life. We gain this context through machine learning. The more you use our device powered by AI, the more we can help you in all times of need. Your AI effectively becomes an ever-evolving, personalized form of memory, and we think that's amazing. In fact, let's say you're health conscious, or you have certain types of food considerations. Let me just show you. Picked up one of these chocolates. Used to eat a ton of these when I was a kid. Can I eat this?
A Milky Bar contains cocoa butter. If you're intolerant, you may want to avoid it.
So I can't eat these anymore. But what's cool is my AI knows what's best for me, but I'm in total control. I'm gonna eat it anyway. Your AI figures out exactly what you need. And by the way, I love that there's no judgment. I think it's amazing to be able to live freely. Your AI figures out what you need at the speed of thought. A sense that will ever be evolving as technology improves too. And these examples are just the start. As AI advances, we will see how it will transform nearly every aspect of our lives in ways that will seem unimaginable right now. In fact, Sam Altman from OpenAI feels the way we do, and that AI is grossly underestimated, and I'll add, so long as we get it right. We really believe that we're only beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible. Embed advancements of AI like in a device that's actually built to disappear and allow experiences to come forward. And we open up entirely new possible ways of how you interact with technology and how you interact with the world around you. More humane, intuitive interactions that are screenless, seamless, and sensing. This is so much more than devices just getting smaller or more powerful. This is the possibility of reimagining the human-technology relationship as we know it. And that's what's so exciting. It's a huge challenge, no doubt, but it's the world that we want to live in. one where technology not only helps you get back into the world, but enhances our ability to do so. It's within reach, and you saw some of it today. The future will not be held in your hand, and it won't be on your face either. The future of technology might almost be invisible. Thank you.